The rugged beauty of the Maine coast is the perfect setting for the Windjammer Angelique as she shoulders aside the blue waters of Penobscot Bay. She is on yet another quest for a romantic voyage of discovery for all of her guests.
It's so relaxing, and to see this, how it works, the whole ship, they all work together, and this is very great.
Captain Mike and Lynn McHenry have been welcoming guests on board the Angelique since they acquired the ship in 1986. Together with their children, Katie and Ryan, they love sharing the beauty and serenity of the Windjammer experience with their many guests who come here from all over the world. Captain Mike's quiet demeanor disguises both his vast experience and his great passion for sailing aboard the Angelique in these waters.
When we bought the boat, we said we'd be doing this for about 15 years. This is my 19th year, and I really don't see much of an end in sight.
Angelique is steady, she's solid, and she's just like Mike.
Once guests experience what the Maine coast and the Angelique have to offer, they return again and again. More than 6 out of 10 guests either return themselves or send someone they know to share this experience.
The first sail we did was on our honeymoon 15 years ago. 14 years ago. And we've come every year since.
The guests share a common bond with others who have sailed aboard the Angelique. They all fall under the spell of the ship, her captain, cook, and crew. It is a world apart from the everyday, a world without the distractions of cell phones, pagers, beepers, or computers. All of those things that intrude on the peace of day-to-day living.
It's really nice to not have all those electronics and people talking on the cell phones, and you can do as much or as little as you want. You can get into the whole experience of hauling the sails, or being a galley slave down there, or you can just relax and read or enjoy meeting other people. Is something for everybody.
Life on board the Angelique is both relaxing and stimulating. It is what you make of it. You could read quietly on deck, gaze at the spectacular scenery,
A little bit slower, Pete, slower.
help hoist a sail, learn to splice a line.
You have to weave it as such, in and out, and then you see how well I did?
You did extremely well.
Or spend time with the captain and learn to chart a course or steer the ship. You can also go ashore during your cruise, since the Angelique drops anchor in a snug harbor each night, near an isolated island or picturesque village. Every cruise is different. That's what our repeat guests tell us when asked why they keep coming back. The weather is changeable. There are always new people to meet on board. Where you go changes every time, with wind and tide determining direction, speed, and destination. In addition, the wildlife and scenery along this rugged coast is an ever-changing kaleidoscope of color, shapes, and motion. Guests can choose from among 4, 5, or 6-day cruises beginning in June and ending in late September. Special events highlight the calendar throughout the sailing season. You can choose cruises that focus on music, photography, art, windjammer races, or a gathering of these tall ships. Of special interest to many of the guests are the many cruises that explore the wildlife that is so abundant along this part of the Maine coast. Once you've made your decision on when to come cruise on the Angelique, here's some of what you can expect to experience on a typical cruise.
We try to get as much sailing in as we can, and also let folks go ashore to various villages and ports, what have you, along the coast. And of course we have the lobster bake. That's always a big event for all our guests.
It doesn't get better than this.
The quality and quantity of the food on board Angelique may be one of the few things that never changes from one cruise to the next, although the recipes do from time to time. Guests stay in warm, dry cabins while on board with their own fresh water, linen, and reading lights. There are 3 bathrooms and 2 hot showers below deck as well, but as cozy as the cabins are, guests spend most of their time on deck or in the salon. The deckhouse salon becomes the gathering place in the evenings or during inclement weather. It is a major part of the experience on board the Angelique.
All right, you can lay your oars down.
As guests leave this pristine area, they take home memories to last a lifetime. Many will return for another adventure on board the Angelique. But for now, this voyage is what stays with them. It sustains them with the knowledge that this timeless experience is waiting for them again next year. Mark your calendar and pack your bag. We're looking forward to sailing with you.